We both work at Horsham Special School. We're lucky enough to work at Horsham Special School. There are 90 students and 33 staff, so it's quite a high staff to student ratio. Our students are drawn from a very large geographical area of about 15,000 square kilometres, one of the largest designated transport areas in the state. They come from Serviceton, Caniva, Dimbulla, Nil and the Greater Horsham area. We cater for students with a range of diagnoses, mild, moderate to severe in terms of intellectual, so cognitive disabilities, emotional, social, sensory, communication and language disabilities as well. We've both worked in special education for a long time, a couple of decades each, and we have worked with particularly schools in our area, which is regionally in rural and remote areas as well, with schools small and large, and decided to start developing some professional learning workshops to support our peers, our colleagues, teachers, principals, education support staff in these schools to be able to cater more and better and in a more individualised way for students in classrooms, particularly in mainstream classes that have more complex and diverse learning needs. So we, over time, have developed a range of workshops spanning from 1 hour to 8 hours that focus on understanding identity, IQ of course, intellectual disability, but also the inclusive practices around understanding children's ability to emotionally regulate or develop language and communication skills. A lot of our most recent workshops that we've developed are purely understood in the area of neuroscience and neuroplasticity. We are learning so much more today about how the brain works, how it can continue to grow even past school age and into adulthood, and how we can cater for student need in the classroom by understanding what's happening in their brain, right down to the synapse level and the neuron level. And so we're lucky enough working in special ed that we cater for absolute individualism every day with our curriculum programs and IEPs, and we understand that your general classroom teacher who is working in a classroom with a range of students with diverse learning needs may or may not have that expertise in their toolkit, and so we feel it's important for us to share that expertise. So we've provided by memory workshops to over 130 schools and over 1,500 participants from those 130 schools across the southwest Vic region in the past 18 months. And I think we tallied up that we have driven about 11,000 kilometres in doing that work. So that's the workshop side of things, and there's also some on-demand specialist coaching that we provide.
Yeah, so following some of the workshops, we'd been approached by various education support staff, teaching staff, leadership teams about how they could potentially apply some of their learnings in their setting. So as part of our project, we've started going out to different schools and working in the classrooms themselves. So I've been to a variety of different schools right across the wider southwest region, into tiny schools that have a principal and one teacher and 27 children, right through to some of the bigger schools that are P to 12, and working in those classrooms, sitting on the floor with preps, working in Year 10 English classes to support those students, find out about their individual needs and assist the education support staff and the teachers and the leadership team to be able to apply some of those learnings that they've had about the diverse needs of their students.
The content of the workshops that we provide provide understanding for participants on identity, on what intelligence quotient or IQ means, in particular intellectual disability, language and communication, how that develops in the brain, how sensory regulation and sensory development works, the neuroscience on the parts of the brain that are developing in early childhood and then through school age, how that affects learning, metacognition, neuroplasticity, and so on.
So coming up for us in the next 12 months, we'd really love to get out there and do some more workshops and do some more in-school coaching. It's one of our goals is to be able to provide our expertise and make that reachable and accessible for as many people that we can that are really seeking to develop their own understandings of the diverse needs of their learners. So we can look forward to doing that next year.